Hello and welcome everyone. I am Linda Israel and thank you so very much for being here at my live stream on YouTube. I go live every Monday at 3:45 p.m. Central Standard Time unless I'm on vacation or something else comes up, but generally I'm live or I have a premiere video that you can come and watch. If you're watching this as a replay after the live stream has ended and you're on a computer, you can look for the little gear at the bottom of the screen and change the speed. If you're on a mobile device, generally the three little dots at the top, you can use those to change the playback speed to get through it a little faster, because generally my live streams last around 2 to 2.5 hours. I want to thank Robin for being my moderator and administrator and note taker throughout the live stream. She is generally my one right-hand woman, if you will, and I am so thankful to have her. She also is an administrator of the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group. Occasionally, if she's not available, one of the other administrators will come over and help me, or a friend will help me moderate the video today. If you have questions, please feel free to put those in all caps and I'll do my best to answer those questions. If I don't see it, please ask again. Or if you know the answer to somebody's question, please answer it. Hey, if you have a YouTube channel, please feel free to share with us by saying, hey, I have a YouTube channel and this is what I do on it. You won't be able to share a link, but you can at least talk about your YouTube channel. Let's keep the chat upbeat, friendly, and helpful. If you are having a great day, let us know. But honestly, we don't want the negative, what is going on in the world right now, because we are here to escape that, to be inspired, to be friendly, and have some fun. During the live stream, you have an opportunity to earn junk bucks. You can type !bucks to see how many that you have once Junkie Joe is up, because this is preliminary and I've pre-recorded this. Once you have 2,000 junk bucks, you can redeem those by typing a word and you can get a $10 off coupon to my shop. How do you earn junk bucks? Just by being here, chatting with us. So make sure that you speak up in the chat so that Junkie Joe registers that you're here, and by playing the in-chat games, and then also whenever you make donations. Occasionally I have raffles. In fact, right now there should be Junkie Joe coming up. You can type !raffle just as that says, and you can enter the raffle to win 200 junk bucks. If you make a donation during my live stream, do go over to my website at lindaisrael.com. You can see the name scrolling across the bottom here, and create a user account. Once you've created a user account on my website, make sure that you use the contact me form and say, hey, my name is on YouTube and I donated, and then I can get you added to the YouTube donator membership on my website. What does that do? Well, a member of my website in the YouTube donator membership gets 5% off orders in my shop, gets several digital downloads for free, and during the live stream when you donate, you get a chance to win the journal that I raffle off at the very end. Throughout the live stream, I will have different raffles giving away prizes. If you will type !raffle when you see those come up, then you can have a chance to win those items. We're going to get started here in just a moment. Thank you so much for being here today. When the video is over, come back and leave a comment. Tell me what you liked about today's video, or if you have questions and you're watching this as a replay, use that comment section down below. Also, look in the description box to links to the Friendly Junk Journal People Facebook group, as well as by Linda Israel, my Instagram, Twitter, my website, and generally I try to update the products that I use, and those links are in the description box as well. All right, well, let's get started.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you? So glad to have you here. Welcome, 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 everybody. Let's see. I'll get my hair. I think my camera is a little up too much. it's seeing my clips that Robin gave me. I think she gave me the big ones. We keep discussing this every week. So glad to have you here. Glad to have Robin back this week. I know she's been a busy lady. I sent you a message, but I don't think it went through. So, hey, Robin, if you need something, let me know, okay? Because I am terrible about reaching out to my friends to check in on them. And always to my friends out there, and I consider all of you that watch me my friends. If you ever have a question or you just want to chat, send me a message, and if I'm not busy, I will of course reply to you. And if I am busy, I will say, hey, can I get back with you later? But most of the time I can usually find a few minutes to chat with you. Hey, Sally. Hey, Sheila, Julie, and Rhonda, so glad to see you here. Hey, if you're here, speak up in the chat so I know that you're here. Thank you all for hanging out with me. Let's see. What have y'all been doing? I've been busy. I thought I'd show this first just so that you can have this as an inspiration. My mother-in-law gave me this envelope. It's from Brex, Brecks, and this was shipped from Indiana, but it's bulbs direct to you from Holland since 1818. And I believe how she got, or my father-in-law actually got on the mailing list, was because he ordered some bulbs, which should be here soon. And you get these full color little sales ads that depict what each flower looks like. They're 5 inches by 8.5 inches roughly. And I went through these kind of looking at them to see what were some pretty flowers and how I could use them. And then I cut them up. I'll show you what I made. I sat down. In some of the images, what I did was I cut off the text here. For example, I would have cut it off here. There was some that had like a secondary, like this was a little bit lower. So I cut that part off, and whatever I was left with usually was a 5-inch wide piece. So if you look at this image here, it was, I think it went this way, 5 inches wide. And it's kind of a magazine paper, you know, so it's not, okay, you do need help tomorrow. Okay, yeah, let me know, let me know. It is kind of a crinkly paper, and I glued it with my Aleene's Tacky Glue. And it's not perfect. I should have probably used the glue stick, but, you know, hindsight 2020. And I cut these at 2.5 inches, and then I went through all my paper stash, and I'm getting hot, so I'm going to take my little sweater thing off. I went through my paper scraps, so I did not cut up any new big sheets. I cut up what was already in. I'll grab one of these. And this one's getting smaller. So I just kind of dug through. These are like all my pink scraps. And I found pink cardstock and purple cardstock. Whatever color that kind of went with the photos. As you can see, I picked mostly pink and purple. And then I glued them together. I clipped the corners. I use a old gift card that I cut off the corners at different shapes. I'll put it like this so you can see. And then I can just line it up and use it as a guide. Flip that over and cut that. Then I used my slot ID punch to punch a hole in the top. And then I went through some of my fabric scraps that I have in my stash here. And I just made a bunch of tags. Now, I didn't add any other embellishments to these. I just made these up. I did make some the other day where I did add a little word on there, a word phrase, which is follow your heart. And then here's something else that I made. I took a gel print and I glued a book page to it, and you can see that I altered the color by using Distress Oxide inks, and I stamped over it, and then I made a pocket, made it into a tag shape, and then used another one of these images. And I believe what I did was I used Distress inks around the edge because this was a white color piece of cardstock, and then that fits right inside there. So that was some of the what I call prep work that I was doing. Another thing I did was I found these tags, which I think I made probably a year ago, the tag base, and I distressed them, and I happened to find a piece of like ivory. It may have been coffee dyed. I don't know. It has a little bit of a pattern. You probably can't see it. Oh, you could probably see it better than I can on there. And I just stuck these together really fast, you know, not adding anything else to them, just so they're kind of a go-to quick little thing to grab a hold of. So look at, especially this time of year in the United States, for gardening ads, you know, maybe even order one thing from one of these companies like Brex, B-R-E-C-K-S. Order something from them. I mean, I got 2 envelopes full. Mom gave me 2 envelopes full of these images, and I think it was worth it, you know, for the bulbs they purchased. I'm going to set that aside. So let me set this over here. Oh, here was just a scrap that I had left over, and I just stuck it onto a piece of purple cardstock, and I'll stick that in here. Another thing I did before the live is I was going through all of my scraps again, and I decided to stamp. I've been busy, can you tell? I just stamped my tiny label, and I think it's called label number 1. I'm not positive if I have that right, but if you do search for label stamp, you should find these 2 stamps, and I just stamped them on different colors of paper. I did not add anything in the middle. I figured what I could do is when I'm ready to use this, I could get out some of my word stamps. I noticed that I saw my old set of 7 gypsies. I'll grab it just so we can talk about it. Now, a lot of people ask me why don't I come up with my own numbers to add to my stamp line, but when I could buy what normally was $9.99 and I got it for $2.15, all of these, and you too can probably find bargains like this. I didn't see any reason for me to make a stamp set because it would cost me way more money than buying something like this. So I'm going to leave these out because I may want to use them here in a little bit. But I thought, you know, I could stamp these. Oh, look at that. That number would look really good on there, don't you think? Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. You like the little pocket? Cool. And I got more stuff to show you. Let me grab a stamp block and my ink pad because I want to see how these will look. Let's pick up that sticking. You are sticking to the wrong place, little number. Go back where you belong. Get in there. All right, so I'm going to let's grab the number 8. Well, if I can. I can't get a hold of it. Ah! It doesn't want to leave the backing. Oh, there it goes. I'm trying to be gentle because I don't want to rip this. And maybe that's why these were so cheap. I've only used a couple of the numbers, so. It's almost like it doesn't. There it goes. I think I'm going to cut off part of this. Now, if you ever have a stamp that loses its sticky, which I think that's what's happened to this one, I'm going to grab my Zig two-way glue, and I am just going to put a couple of dots. Can you kind of see that? I just put some dots on there. And I will set this aside for a moment to dry. And then I'm going to grab this number. And let's get a piece of trash to stamp on. Let's see if I can find something that... Oh yeah, I messed this up earlier, so I just threw it away. So I'm going to stamp this number 8. Okay. And my thought was, what if I just stamp that right in the middle? So then you have a little number in case you want to use that on your junk journal pages. So look for little stamp sets whenever you go shopping in the clearance section. Hi, Margie. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, they are hard to peel off. I think once you get them off once, they might work better, but I think trying to do it on a live stream is a little difficult. So I've made all these little labels out of scraps of paper. I'll probably sit in front of the television and distress all of them so it's done. I haven't done that yet, so I'm going to set those over here for now. And let's see if this is almost dry. You want this to dry clear. It'll see it clear in a moment. I'm going to try to set it over here and hope I don't lose it. Actually, what I may do is completely move it out of the way. That way, it's back there, out of the way. So what else? How many of you have tissue paper? So I'm going to show you what I have. I have an abundance of tissue paper. We have a custom embroidery / print shop where we embellish items. Most of the time it's garments like t-shirts and polos and jackets and ball caps and more. And Henry and I had a project where we had to do 250 ball caps, and every ball cap came with at least 1, if not 2 pieces of tissue paper. And Henry saved them all for me. He stacked them up. So I have a stack that's, you know, like this deep of of these pieces of paper, which measure about, what is this, 11, not quite 11, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, well, about 11 inches by 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 inches about. And I was trying to figure out what I could do with them. And I tried a couple of techniques, and so I'll tell you the one that I don't like. This was using beeswax. I happen to have in my stash, it's still laying here, a package of natural beeswax pastilles, which is just little bitty pellets of beeswax. And I used my iron and sandwiched it between some non-stick sheets. I'm trying to get this. I need to put it in another baggie is what I need to do, because this baggie is not very good. After I ironed the paper first so it would be smooth, and then I stamped all over it with my henna rose stamp, and then I used the wax and melted it onto the paper. So it's still rather thin. It does make it a little bit sturdier. I noticed that some areas, like this, has more wax on it than it does on this side. I don't know. I just kept working on it and working on it. Hey, Ada. Hey, Teresa. I just kind of felt like you need to buy some tissue paper, Teresa. You know, and napkin backings can also work. Yes, yeah. You know, so I am just I didn't really like it, okay? It was not my favorite. So I was watching tutorials and trying to figure out other ways, and Natasha with Treasure Books showed how to make faux parchment paper, and she was using napkins and tissue paper. And what I did was I made my glue solution. It's just PVA glue, Aleene's tacky glue, whatever kind of PVA white glue, like even Elmer's glue, and water. So you want probably a third of it water and the 3/4 of it glue, but maybe a little bit more water just to make it kind of runny so it will smear smoothly. And I put down some plastic bags that we got some garments in at our shop that were big. And I coated the plastic bag with glue in a space, laid down the tissue paper, and then I sprayed with Tattered Angel's Glimmer Mist. Now this is at least 2 tissue papers. I put one right on top of the other. I put a coat of glue on top, put another piece of tissue paper, sprayed it again, put another piece of tissue paper and sprayed it again. So I've got a couple of, I think this one may even be 3 layers because it feels thicker. Here's a blue one. And then here is a different shade of green. Another shade of green. A shade of pink. And then I played around with this idea, which was I stamped on the tissue paper first. I even used kind of a little background word stamp in between there on this one as well as this one. And then I did the same technique. This is 1 layer of tissue paper. I laid down the glue. I sprayed the glue with Tattered Angels, laid the tissue paper down, coated the top side with the glue and sprayed it again. Here, a piece of my plastic fell over, so it's shiny on both sides. It's weird. This one is 1 layer, and I stamped and sprayed and did the glue. This one is 2 layers. When I was starting to put the glue on, it tore in a spot, and so I just added another layer. So it kind of gives it a little bit more of a muted look to it. I don't know. I was having fun with that. The downside is that you have to let it dry like 10 to 12 hours, okay? You're the same, Margie? I know. I don't like the beeswax. Yeah. Yeah, I have been busy. I've been, trying to do a few things here and there because I would do like 3 sheets, 2 sheets each color, 3 colors. That's what I was trying to say. And then set them aside to dry. And I've kind of decided that I like this technique the best. So I plan to do another session. Oh, and the other tip that I will give you, that when you are laying this down on your plastic with the glue, is to take your paintbrush, and this is what Natasha and several other artists had said too, was to push in around the edge and the wet glue tissue. And what that does, I don't know if you can see, that it's got a textured edge to it, and it makes it easier to peel off your plastic. So I thought I'd share that with you. So we're going to get started here. This is my Accordion Fold Journal that I've been working on. So we've been basically decorating signatures that can come out. They're held in with yarn. I decided to do it that way just to make it easy. If I want, once I'm done with this journal, I could permanently mount them in here, but I kind of like the ability to be able to pull these out and lay them flat to write on, because it's a little difficult trying to write on this inside the journal cover, I guess I would call it, inside the accordion fold portion of it. So I'm just kind of looking. This is what we did last week, as we kind of worked on this. Do I want to do this one this week? I guess so. Let's work on this one. So I'm going to set this aside. Put this, look how chunky this is getting. I mean, it's getting pretty thick there. It's right now, if I squeeze it, it's within 3 inches, the whole thing. You like that? Yeah, it's just, yeah, they like the butterflies, Ashley. Hey, Ashley, happy belated birthday since you showed up today. I know it's been a couple weeks, but it's always good to celebrate birthdays, right? So my thought was, I have one of these tissue papers, and I want to fold this. So I'm going to fold it up at about 4 inches, okay? And then I'm going to come down. I'm going to leave a gap at the top and fold this over. Okay, so it comes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 inches about. And then I'm just going to take my Aleene's tacky glue and glue right on this edge. And we're going to make basically a simple envelope, okay? So I'm just going to fold this over and kind of smooth this out. Kind of smushing that. With the Aleene's tacky glue, the glue will dry clear. So even though you see white at the moment on those edges, it will go away. Yeah, it's fun. Just the crinkle, the sound, right? We like that crinkle sound. I already made an envelope earlier, so it's already glued, okay, in there. And I went ahead and I found this paper. I don't know if it's a digital. It doesn't feel like scrapbook paper. It's really thin, but I like the pattern of it. So I cut it down to fit inside this envelope, okay? And then I cut another one, which should fit in this one. Hopefully, yeah, I made it small enough that it's not going to touch the glue. And I was trying to think of a different way of adding these to my journal where I could still use the envelope. So here's what I came up with, because I've done it before and I know you guys have seen it. I was going to lay out a piece of fabric, okay? And we're going to glue this down. I'm going to line it up with the top here. And I think like that. I'll leave a little bit of a gap in the middle and glue these down. I may go ahead and put another piece of fabric on this side, but I just grabbed one to start with. So let's do that. So I'm going to put some glue. Because this is Aleene's tacky glue, it should stick to this fabric. So I'm going to go ahead and remove my card just in case. And I'm going to put a little bit of glue down this edge. And then slide that onto my piece of fabric. I think it's a 1-inch strip of fabric that I had in my stash. Okay. And then I'm worried that it will seep through, but it shouldn't. But just in case, I'm just going to come down this side with a little bit of glue. I did get out my hot glue gun. It's warmed up. It's ready to go, but I wasn't really sure. Yeah, faux postage. Exactly. Exactly. Use your leftover napkin backings this way. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's so many things that you could use that you probably already have in your stash. And I just thought, okay, well, I've got this abundance of tissue paper. I might as well use it. So I'm just going to look to make sure. Okay, I'm going to cut off, use my fabric scissors, the excess down here. And then I have my little jar here that I'm putting my extras in. I don't know if we need another piece of fabric. I think that one layer would be enough, because basically I'm just making this into a page so that when I go to bind it, I have something that the needle will go through. That was my thinking anyway, okay? What do you think? Is that simple enough? And then this can go in here. Okay, it's not seeping through. Let me just check. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it's seeping through. That would close shut. Now, do we think we need to put an altar paper clip on here? I think that's possible. Okay, so this one is gluing shut all the way. So I'm going to try to gently. So it reactivated that glue just a little bit. All right, let's see if this will fit down in there now. Okay, it'll fit. Just kind of testing it, making sure it's not sticking. Okay, it's not. So I think, I think we want some, maybe an altered paper clip to help keep the flap closed. What do you think? Pardon me. Hey, what, Margie? What? Sorry, I missed it. Yes, those tiny numbers will look great. Yes, 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 that would. I agree. Julie, use my napkin. Yes, yes, yes. I need a drink. I need to take a break for a second. You know what? I have some leftover pieces of paper here. Let's see what I've got. I have these two pieces. Why couldn't we use those to make a altered paper clip? Let's see how this would look if I just folded this in half. Okay. Had to refresh. I don't know, kind of, I mean, it's same paper that I used on the inside. So let's go from the side maybe? Let's see here. Let's grab a couple of paper clips. They're all connected together. Why does that happen? I don't understand what these paper clips are doing in the paper clip box. That they get all hooked together. All right, so do I want to have it go that way or this way? So if I were to put the paper clip in here and put that like so, let's see how this looks. Is this the look that we want? Like that. I think that would work. So let's see which one. I think with this one. It's technically upside down because that's where the stem is, but I'm okay with it. So if we were to put those on there, and then we can add some other embellishments to it. Let's add some distress inks to those. Okay. I don't know. Do you distress the backs of these things? I guess I could have made this a two-sided paper clip. Do you think I should do that? Make it a two-sided paper clip where this piece would basically go over the page and have it on both sides. I could cut that apart. We could. Let's do it. Why not? Your clothes turn wrong side out. How does that happen? How does that happen? Henry gets so mad. He's like, when I took those clothes off and put them in the laundry hamper, they were right side out. How do they get wrong side out in the wash? I said, that's just a good washing machine, right? All right, let's grab a book page. I think what I want to do is set this aside for a moment. And look at this. Oops. Move my glue. All right, so this one is 2 inches wide. So I'm going to cut a 2-inch wide strip. And then fold that in half. and go ahead and cut it. And I'll put my paper clip here. And my thought was, if I should have made this shorter. That's what I need to do. Actually, no. I know what I need to do. Never mind. Let's see. Okay, that'll fit. So I'm going to cut this in half. We're going to kind of do one at a time on the base anyway. Pardon me. All right, so I got this piece. So now I can turn it right side up. Ha-ha. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to fold over where the paper clip is. And this will make it easier when we go to put it on our page. And then I'm going to fold this side over like that. And now I'm going to grab my glue and put a little bit of glue here to hold that in place. Okay. I'm just trying to get that paper clip sandwiched. It's sticking out a little bit, and I think we're going to put a charm on here. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. Hello, Tamara. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yay. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, Tamara, how are you? Yay. You have stuff coming? Awesome. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I want to glue my book page to my piece of paper here. So I'm going to add glue right here on this edge. Go to this edge, go all the way up. This will help to make it a little bit sturdier. And then I'm going to grab some hot glue. I'm going to get my paper clip a little bit straighter. There. And put a little bit of hot glue right here in the middle. Oh, I just saw this on Tim Holtz's video the other day. These helping hands, I think that's what they're called. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Please don't stick yet. They're like little tweezers that have a rubberized little fake hand at the end that you can use to hold things, to especially when they're hot as you are working. All right, I'm trying to fix my boo-boo because I meant to glue on that edge. All right, so now what I need to do is glue this up this way. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to put glue just on this piece. You don't want to put glue down here because you'll glue it shut. So I only want to put glue on my top paper. Okay. Oh, and I want to put a little bit of hot glue here just to kind of help hold it in place. And then I'm going to line up my papers like so. And smoosh it. You saw those at your local Joann's? I think I'm going to get some of those. I've got it in my wish list. I'm going to do a dangle paper clip. I'm going to do it. Okay, so we got that piece and that piece. Okay, so now we can see that this should then go right over our page, okay? And then this will be the loop that's hanging out. So I'm going to leave that one for a second. Oh, I almost burnt myself. Don't do that, Linda. All right, on my hot glue. So I'm going to get my paper trimmer out again. And this time I'm going to cut it a little bit wider than my base so I have more room to fold over my paper clip. I'm going to fold this in half and then cut it. Okay. move this out. Oh, I need to cut this in half. I forgot. Got to cut this in half too. Okay, now we've got these pieces. All right, so now my dangle's going to go on the other side. So I'm going to put my paper clip on, and I want it to stick out just a little bit so it's not all the way, okay? And then I'm going to fold this in enough to cover that paper clip a little bit. Actually, I'm going to do this side first. That way I can make them match. There. So I'm going to glue this piece over the paper clip. And then I'm going to take this side and flip it over. Maybe a little bit of a smidge difference. There we go. And then I'm going to glue this piece down. All right, so doesn't matter which way, but I want this to be the right side up. So I'm going to flip this over because this is going to glue on there. So I'm going to put glue on both sides of the paper clip here. Add glue down the middle. Then I'm going to line this up with this edge. So I'm just kind of figuring out where my middle is and then pressing that together. Okay, and then we're going to only put glue on this top piece, not the one underneath, because we don't want to glue it shut. We don't want it to move. Stay! You stay! Okay. Hey, Robin, send Jennifer a message and say, where is she? All right, so now I'm going to take this piece and line it up so that they match. Oh, I forgot to put glue here. I'm going to put some hot glue here. Okay. Make sure this is right side up. Okay. Push it together. All right, so there we go. We've got this piece that we've added. And I think we can add some more embellishments onto those. What do you think? Meh, maybe? Why not? I've got these little butterflies. Oh. I've made a bunch of dragonflies. So Henry's like, what are you doing? I said, I'm getting stuff prepared so we can watch television. So we did a marathon watching of television show. I don't even remember the name of it. What was it called? Oh, it was called The Gentleman. It was about this British duke who ends up in the drug world. He becomes a gangster, pretty much. And so I was fussy cutting and prepping little pieces. And so here's what I did. First I stamped, then I used my watercolor paint and painted, and then I used tulip dimensional fabric paint, which is this stuff. Tulip dimensional glitter fabric paint. I think it was normally $5.49 back when I could use a coupon, so now I have to figure out a different way. Oh, there you are, Jennifer. I see you. Well, I was doing that because here's my nails. I'm not very good at it. I'm still learning, but look what I did, Jennifer. I made them look like little Irish belt buckle dudes. I don't know. I was having fun. I've got this polish down here that's supposed to be kind of a nude, and it took me a long time because I did this a year ago. I bought all these nudes because I kept reading the description, and I'm like, no, that's not the right color. And so I bought another one. That's not the right color either. And so finally I got the right color, so it looks nude at the bottom. And then I played around with doing the arch. I'm not very good. I am going to purchase, there's a stamping plate, Jennifer, I want to get that is just for the French tips that you stamp on. So I need to order those. The dancing sheep's not working. I don't know why. I just noticed that that's not, why isn't that working? Huh. I'll have to figure out why. Thank you for your donation. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, so my thought was, why don't we put a little dragonfly on here? Yeah? Let's see. Do we want to put them on the same side? Why not? We'll just kind of put them like that. And, oh, we got these labels. Maybe we should put something on these labels. What do you think? I've got a little teal one. Maybe we could put something on there. I don't have very many pink ones, so let's find a pink one. And maybe a pink one down below. Do we want to do the same thing on both sides? What do we want to stamp on there? Margie, thank you so much for your donation. Yes, spring. The sheep is on spring break. All right, so we've got goals, memo, notes, tasks. What else do we have here? Create, beauty, happy, joy, believe, love, hope, faith. Let's use those. We have bloom, grow, sing, and soar. In my little words. So let me get my little block out. And, all right, so do we want bloom? How about soar, since we're using the dragonfly? And then maybe on the other side, we'll use something different. Soar. S-O-A-R, not S-O-R-E. Soar. Thank you so much, Jennifer. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Henry's like, are you going to make nails today? I said, I don't know. I'm not in the mood yet, you know. And I played around and I thought, okay, I'll try these. Soar. Soar. All right, let's put the stamp back. Back where you belong. So we can find it another day. And we'll glue this all together. Let's close this up. Let's add some distress inks to my little words. Oh, maybe we should get, oh my gosh, I think I'm going to have to get some lace out. Maybe a piece of, let's do a piece of fabric. Let's do a little piece. Oh, look here. I even got a tiny, tiny piece of pink fabric. So what if we put that there and then put that right there? Something like that. Let's see if we can find a little piece of blue. I see something. Oh, I got a little piece of blue. Do we want to just cut it? Let's do it that way, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'll put it at an angle on it. Something like that. Hey, I'm using some of this stuff. I got a tiny piece of lace. Do we want to use a little tiny? Let's use a snippet. Let's see what we can get here. I'm kind of feeling like what I should do instead is, since this side is a little bit plainer, is do it on this side and maybe only decorate fully one side. Maybe I'll do it where it's going this way. What do you think? Something like that? Oh yeah, do we need a doily? Oh, you mean switch it? Put the blue with the pink? Okay, gotcha. All right, I got you. I got you. We'll do this. We'll swap them. We'll swap them around. More better. More better. There we go. Need to kind of move this up. There we go. And maybe like that. So they're opposites. Okay. Hey, I'm using the scraps. You like the wonky fabric, Rick? Okay. Okay. We're cooking with gas now, as they say. Let's move this out of the way. See, I have to put things back where they belong, or my desk gets too cluttered, and then I can't find things. That's annoying, right? All right, let's glue this all together. So I'm going to glue down the little dragonfly. And we'll kind of put him across at an angle there. And I think I'm going to flip this over because this side was not as decorated. And I'm going to use my hot glue gun to stick these two pieces down. Okay. And then we'll put that on top. You like it? You like it? Okay, good. Okay. About sore? Have to get out of your head. Don't be sore. Don't be sore. Instead, soar. I think I'm going to kind of do it at an angle. There we go. Okay. So then we're going to do this one. We're going to go the opposite side. Put this right here. All right, and then we're going to put a little bit of glue in this corner. Okay, and then we're going to put the soar, kind of like that maybe, yeah. Actually, I need to tilt it the other direction, don't I? There. Okay, and I think we can leave that side somewhat plain. What do you think? No? Maybe? Do we need to add something to it? Here it is. One side decorated, one side not. You let me know what you want. Uh-oh, demandings are wanting the TV, the window. I know, sometimes I have not used my hot glue gun that much recently, and I was using it for another project, and it was still on my desk, and I used it to glue something down, and it really helped. Hot glue, here's my opinion about hot glue. Don't use it as the sole glue on something that might have a tendency to be subject to temperature change. Because if it gets super, super hot, then the glue will melt again. And if it gets super, super cold, it can get so hard that it pops off things. So I like to pair it up with different glues. You have to try it to see what works best for you, okay? You know, oh, the some people like because it has the tiny, tiny tip. Jennifer gave me a bottle that I put a little bit of the Aleene's tacky glue in, so you get that very small tip. Aleene's tacky glue costs a whole lot less than the other glue, in my opinion. Granted, you don't use as much because you're using that tip, but I like that I can pick this glue up relatively inexpensively. I purchased the big bottles. So I purchased a great big bottle, and I usually go when I can use a coupon. In fact, I went to Joann's Crafts. Did you know that they've gotten rid of a lot of their craft supplies in the paper arts area? Oh my gosh, it's crazy. Anyhow, I usually coupon code to get this, and then I put it in a smaller bottle and add a little bit of water and shake it really well and lose my lid so that it flows a little better. If you're having a problem with it flowing, you have to have a light hand if you have thin paper, or it will warp or bubble your paper up. So use a light hand. That's where the smaller tip would come in handy. And it just kind of depends on, can you afford it? Do you like it? Use what you like, what you can afford, okay? So there you go. Gotta have those kitties be happy. Happy, happy, happy. All right, so do we want to decorate both sides or just leave the one? And while y'all are thinking about that, let me grab my drawer of goodies. These are my charms and whatnot here. So I've got here's some bulb pins. So look at a couple of bulb pins. I'm trying to decide, do we want to, you know what, I've got this fabric. Let's see if we can find something. What if we were to put a little piece of fabric, I don't know, and have a charm coming out? I don't know. Let's see. What else do I have in here that we can use? I have a tiny, tiny piece of lace. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this piece of lace in half, like so. And we're going to have these two pieces. And I am thinking maybe, since it's only a one-sided piece of ribbon, I am going to cut it. And I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue and squeeze this shut. Okay, so that's going to lay on there. And then I'm going to do this again. Trying to make them about the same length. Look at there, I've used up some more scraps. And then I'm just going to put a little piece of glue in here, like so. Okay, and then we'll have that laid on there. Can you see what I'm doing? I know they're just not wanting to sell, yeah, no, they don't want to sell papercraft anymore. Faster than your brain works? Oh, funny. No one does papercraft. That's crazy. It's crazy that they think so. Of course, here's what I will tell you. Patronize your local stores and buy supplies from them. In my case, I don't need a whole lot. So glue is all I purchased. I purchased a bottle of Aleene's tacky glue because I had a 40% off coupon. And I purchased one tube of E6000 because it was on sale. And that's what I use. That's what I needed. All right, so let's see what else we've got here. I've got some beads. I've got charms. Oh, I've got little jump rings. Oh, I have a whole bunch of little charms here. Let's grab a couple. What do we have? We got a butterfly. Here's a music note. I don't understand the little hanger. I guess if you're into fairy tale stuff. And I've got some little hearts. We're going to go all out here, let me tell you. I think that'll work. I think just 2 charms. Okay. And I'm going to need my other glasses, I think. Oh, and I need some beads. Okay, so here's what I want. I want a couple of jump rings. So I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. and see if I can keep from losing them, right? Come back here. Go back in here. All right, now, you're just going to go in there. Okay, put that in here. All right, so I think I have the majority of thingies that I want. Okay, so I'm going to put away my drawer just so it's out of the way. It's so handy having that nearby since I've been rearranging, trying to get everything. All right, let's zoom in. All right, let's do, do I need award, coupon? You have Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, and you hit them all. Yep, that's good. I'm a shut-in, so I don't go to stores. I just buy online now. Yeah, well, and you can still purchase from Joann's and Michael's and Hobby Lobby online and still patronize their business so that they don't get rid of the paper crafting section. All right, so let's zoom in. I'm probably off camera, but we'll move it over here in just a moment. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I've got these little pieces, including some beads. Okay, I'm going to grab a couple of beads, like so. All right, let's work our magic. So first things first, let's get my second pair of glasses so I can see. So I put on this pair, and then I put this pair below, so that gives me some more magnification, so I can see where the opening of the jump ring is, okay? And what you want to do is you want to twist your jump rings. You don't want to pull them apart so they open up. And then I'm going to grab a charm and close it back up like so. And I'm going to do that to both of these, actually all four charms, but got to get it where I can see. And there's the opening. So it's handy to have multiple pairs of either needle nose or round nose pliers. If you don't have those in your stash, that would be a good investment in my opinion. Regardless if you don't do jewelry, but if you ever want to do charms like this and add them, it just makes it so much easier when you have the appropriate tool to do the job. I've always been someone that would save my money and I would buy tools with my coupons or whenever they were on sale so that I had all the things that I need. And I think I probably have 4 or 5 pairs of these little pliers because I also teach workshops. So you have to kind of take tools with you because a lot of people don't have them when they want to get together and make things. It's easier if you have enough tools. I'm not in camera, I apologize. So I'm just opening that up. I'm going to grab another charm, stick that on. Okay, so now what I want to do is I've got my little paper clip or my bulb pin here. So we're going to figure out which side. All right, that's the side that opens. And I want to put on 2 beads. And I'm going to put on a charm. Then I'm going to stick the piece of lace and then the ribbon on here. Then I'm going to put 2 more beads. Come here. You cooperate with me now. Quit running away. All right, I got a hold of that, and then stick this one on there. Oh, I did that in the wrong order. That's what I did. Okay, come back here. Let's put this guy on. All right, let's see. Come like that, and then this one, and this one. And then I'm going to go over here to my paper clip and stick that on. And so now we have this little dangle over here on the side. Does that make sense? You could add more to it if you want. I hardly ever do this because it takes so much time. All right, let's do it again. So let's grab 2 beads. So one, come here. Come here. 1. Let's do a different color. 2. Then we want a charm. Then we want the lace. I'm trying to go through the more meaty part of the lace. Go through the ribbon. Then we're going to put a charm on, and then we'll grab a couple of beads. Okay, and then we're going to come over here to our paper clip and stick that on. There we go. So now we have a little dangle on there. You like it? All right, let's reconfigure my glasses so I can see differently. Okay, let's see. Laundry day for you. Oh, it's Thursdays. Okay, gotcha. Uh-oh. Why would you fold the clothes that have been in the dryer? I noticed that Henry was doing some laundry and he took out the towels and I saw the basket. I was like, oh yeah, there were some towels. I need to fold those. So maybe I'll do that later. Maybe I'll bring them over to the sofa and fold them while we watch television after dinner tonight. All right, so I put those away. What do you think? So those are going to go on here. Did I do it wrong? What happened? Here we go. I have to open it up enough to get a hold of it. That looks cute. And we'll put this one over here. I guess I could have swapped them, but I think that looks good on either side. Now, if we want, since I don't have additional journaling space, I think I can grab something. Let's see if I can. All right, now you cooperate. There we go. That's better. Let's grab a tag. So, do I want something completely different? Or let's do purple. We'll do 2 different purple tags. How's that? I've got to use these up, right? So then if we slip this under there, it's making it chunky. Making us a fluffy journal. Okay, I like that. So then we have this side. You can remove the paper clip to get to the inside. You like it? Now, do we want that as the outside of our journal like this? Oh, I kind of like the way that looks. So you would see that first, and then we've got this piece. I think we may do that. Okay, so let's go here and let's decorate this page with something. We'll find something, right? It's magic. Put this over here. All right, let's what can we put on here? Oh, put the tools away, Linda. Otherwise, you won't be able to find them again. Okay. It's a hidden paper clip. It's magic. All right, so we've got a gel print. That was bubble wrap on my gel print. And this side is plain. So, do we want to just stencil that? I don't know if I want to spray it because it could bleed through to the other side. So let's see what we've got here. I'm going to grab some gloves. Put some gloves on. You don't need, and you can use, there you go, use it for junk journaling. there's lots of ways to make them, right? Oh, here, I'll show you again. Okay, so here's a piece of paper. I'm sorry, Robin, I see it. Okay, hang on. Let me get a paper clip. So I had a piece of paper. A folded one works great. I didn't cut my paper that way. So you put your paper clip on this side, and then I folded this back so that it would help protect the paper clip and my paper wouldn't catch. Okay, so you've got this piece so that when you slip it over your page, you've got a paper clip that's hidden because we just decorate both sides. Does that make sense now? Okay, redeem. You kept getting you 24 planners, but you're like, I only need one. You don't need so many unless you're supposed to do one for him, Tamara. Does that make sense? Yeah, I did glue it. I put some glue here, and I put some glue here, and then grab some decorative paper that fits and put that on top of there. And then when you go to move it back and forth, it's covered up the paper clip so you don't see it. You got it? Here's a skinnier piece of paper. So let's just pretend that was on there, and then this was on this side. And because we're only gluing it to this piece, it leaves this open. This isn't glued inside here. And then that allows you to slip that over your page. Okay? Okay. As long as I think we got it, I hope. Yeah, and I just put glued on here when I put this over it. I put glue here to hold this down, just so it was easier when we were working with our piece of paper and we go to slide it over our page. You have that folded edge that kind of gives it a little bit more beefiness. All right, let's get a stencil here. You know, I have this is the funky little boxes stencil. I think that'll be kind of fun to use. So I'm going to set that on here. I don't have my glass mat out. I should bring it back over here, but I haven't fixed my lights yet. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab a piece of tape just to help me hold this in place a little bit. All right, what color do we want to do this with? I think, let's do some, got a Mermaid Lagoon. Let's do picked raspberry. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my re-inkers and shake those. You know what, Robin? You can re-watch the video. And I think I have other tutorials that show you how to make two-sided paper clips. So you can watch another one of those. All right, so I'm just going to add a little bit of ink to my ink pad. Okay. Put those back where they belong. All right, let's get my brushes. It should be that one, that one. Okay, give this a moment to soak in. Let's do the lighter color first. It's going to be really juicy because I put my brush in that wet. Just kind of going over the whole page a little bit with the pink. All right, now I'm going to do the blue. Okay, I'm going to kind of fill in where I didn't do the pink. Let's go over here. All right. Oh no, that's not funny when you hit that bone. You'll deal with your brain's inability. Gotta function now. Okay, I think that'll work. Oh, that looks cool. Doesn't it? Doesn't it? Doesn't it? I like it. Oh, let's put this back where you belong. All right, these go back in here. This goes over there. Take the gloves off. Okay. I like it. I think it looks pretty good. All right. I think I want to do some stamping around the outside edge. What do we want to stamp? How about the, I think that's the flower bunch. I think I can make that look kind of cool around the edges. We'll do it in black ink. So I'll get my... All right. So we're going to ink this up. Now remember when you're stamping to ink your stamp up really well. March it across your ink pad, wherever size it may be. And then I'm just going to come in here off the page and stamp it a few times. Like that. So it kind of gives us a neat little pattern around the edge. That looks good. You like the stenciling, Julie? Refresh, Robin. All right, let's put that up there. Let's put the stamp back. It just works so much better when I do that. All right, so I did some little flowers, or do I want to do one of these type of flowers? You know, I have some of these and I haven't been using them that much. Let's see what we've got here. I have a dragonfly and I have the word today. I think we'll do those. That way I use some of this stuff. Save those for a minute. I think I'm just going to glue those. We can glue them to where they could be a tuck spot, but I'm not going to put anything in them right now. So I'm just going to glue that. All right, Robin. You okay? All right, let's get this over here. So these were watercolor papers, and I was playing around and I just played with my watercolor paint and made little blobs. And then I grabbed a bunch of my old rubber stamps that I've had forever that I haven't used and just randomly stamped over the top of the watercolor. And I think we need something on this side. I saw some pockets. Let's see if there's one that will work. I have this bright blue with glitter. What else do we have here? Oh, I have these. Are they too big? Okay, they could go this way. You know, I hardly do that, go the other direction. So let's do that today. I don't think that will fit. No, that won't fit. Well, now, come on. I'm going to have to make a journal card to fit the pocket. You're exhausted? Oh, I understand. Well, I hope you get some rest. How to get some rest. All right, so we need some journal cards to go in these pockets. And they measure 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 3/4 of an inch. Yeah, 5 3/4 of an inch. So if we did a 5-inch journal card, oh, you know what? Maybe, what did I do with those? These are 5 inches. Let's see if we can find one. That one, if we put something over that, we could cut this to be 5 inches. So that could be one. Let's see what else we have here. How about this purple? We could put something across that maybe. Okay, let's do those. Let me find a card base to glue that to. Okay. Don't be missing out now. Okay, let's put that over here. Now, I need something. I could make this. I'm kind of thinking I want to use this piece of cardstock here. So, bear with me a moment. So let's cut this at 5.5 inches. Yeah, let's do that. 5.5 inches. One. And this was just a scrap in my sorted by color scraps. And look, a little piece left. Stick it over there. All right, and then I'm going to take this piece and I want to cut off where the white is on the bottom. And my thought was I could cut off some of the top. So what if we were to make this 5 1/4? Let's do 5 1/4 and see what it looks like. Because we can find something, if we need to go over the top of that. May go this way. Let's see. Let's do it that way. So I'll cut this portion off, and then we'll find something to put over the top of that. How's that? So what do I need this to be? If this is 4, let's do 3 1/4 and see if that's enough. How's that? And then we'll put something up here, because if we put this in the pocket this way, maybe we could put a little piece of fabric over that and cover that. All right, let's see what we can do with this one now. So I'm going to cut off, and look, I've got this colorful piece left over that we can use. So I'll put it back in my scrap bin. All right, we're going to cut this piece off. Come on. Actually, I'm going to cut it off. and I'm going to look at this. I think I want to cut more of the bottom portion off so I don't end up cutting off the top of the flower here. So what did we make this one earlier? We made this one 5 1/4 inches. So I'm going to make this 5 1/4 inches. Like so. Put that in my scrap bin. And then this way it was 3 3/4. So I'm just going to come over here. Oh, good. Look at there. It ends up cutting that piece off. So now we have this piece. And let's add some distressings. Hey, let's go to the sewing machine and we'll stitch that. Okay. Oh my goodness. Junkie Joe was being rather stingy, wasn't he? Just add some distress inks to the edges. Bah! I don't know why the lamb's not working. I looked at it earlier and I thought I had everything turned on. Now let's make sure that this is going to fit. That fits there. That fits there. All right, let's do the blue piece. So what has everybody been working on? Have you been creating using some of your stash? I watched a few tutorials just because I was trying to figure out the best method for the tissue. And what I thought was interesting was I saw tutorials on creating the tissue paper into faux parchment paper, glassine pages, whatever you want to call that. But I hardly saw any tutorials that made something with them. The laundry, Julie's doing the laundry. So I was like, well, what can I make with these? So I'm hoping that I can sit down and make a few more pages and then show y'all some ideas. Creating? You got to be creating. You could be creating chaos. All right, I think I want those sides. All right, so I'm going to get, this time I'm going to use a glue stick on this paper. So I've got some Craft Bond. This one's extra strength. I don't think I need the extra strength. Okay, there it goes. I was like, come on. But, oh, look at that lily that was on the other side. That was pretty. Okay. And then we'll position this. Okay. I like it. All right, and then we'll do this one. Now I am going to sew around the edge so I don't have to worry about this lifting too much. If you're not going to sew, you want to make sure that you use a glue that will adhere this down really well. All right, so I need to put something on here. And since we're going to have a left and a right pocket, I want to basically switch those around. So what can I put on there? I see a little piece of fabric here that I can maybe put right there on that edge. I could grab a label, or, you know, we got a dragonfly here. What if we were to put a dragonfly on top of this fabric? And that would cover up that corner. So I'm going to do that after I stitch it. I thought I was going to stitch it first, but I think I'm going to do it afterwards. All right, so let's stitch it. put my glue away so I can find it another day. Chaos. Chunky Joe's me. You got booted out. Well, what were you doing, Julie? Were you instigating a problem? All right, so, whoopsie, we're not straight. I've got my regular sewing machine. I've got it set up for zigzag stitches. I got black in the upper and the lower. Again, you want to make sure that your glue is dry before you stitch over it. Looks like I cut this a little bit crooked, but that's okay. I'm just going to stitch around just to add that added dimension and look to it. Using those sales ads. You can also use a gardening book. Maybe you picked up a gardening book here recently. You could cut the pictures out of that to make some unique journaling cards and tags. So just stitched around that one. So I'm going to do that again. When I get to the corner, I just leave the needle down and then raise my pressure foot and swing my paper around so I can continue on stitching. You can also, what they call slow stitch, which is to take a manual needle and thread and use your hands to stitch onto your cards. You could use an awl and poke some holes with your awl. All right, so there was that one. So let's go back over here. Oh, he caught it and didn't know what to do with it. That's funny. All right, so that one's going to go there. That one's going to go here. So I think what I want to do is take this, use my scissors, and cut it. And that's going to go right there. And I think I'm just going to do the same thing on this one, but we're going to do it at the bottom. Let's do it at the bottom here. Well, I don't even know if I want to do that. Let's see. I'll put that there over it. That kind of covers up that area. Now, do we want to put this down here with a dragonfly? Okay, we'll do that. Cut it. I'm going to use my hot glue gun since I just have it here. This is a glossy paper, so I'm just putting enough to help hold this into place. Okay, and then we'll glue this one down. All right, would you cooperate? I used some more fabric. All right, so then we'll put that on here and that one on here. We could do a little word maybe. I'll look for my words. The cats are zooming around the house. Well, Hercules, is he still at my feet? Yeah, he's at my feet, licking his back foot, I just noticed. Okay. Okay. Let's put that going this way. I'm going to set those up there for a moment. And let's go ahead and glue our pockets on our pages. And I think I want to put it to where, do I want to do it that way? Or do we want to put it to where, yeah, let's do it this way. Because then that way it won't fall out of your journal. It would hit the spine of your journal on your journaling cards. That's why I kind of put my pockets that way so they don't fall out. So I'm going to put it this way. And this is an acrylic paint gel print. So I'm going to use some Fabri-Tac glue this time on that acrylic paint. I could use my hot glue gun, but I don't want it to accidentally seep out when I glue this down. Alright, so I'm going to kind of put it over closer to the edge. And press that into place. And then we're going to put this one on the other side. Okay. So we're kind of using things that I already had in my stash. Okay. All right. So kind of match that up somewhat in the center, like so. All right, let's look at my words and see what we can find that would fit. So that one's going to go over here. This one's going to go over there. What do we have that we want to use? You know, I have grace and I have hope. Why don't we do something like that? Don't need any more junk bucks. That's okay. None for you. All right, I think that'll work. So I'll get my Fabri-Tac glue again because this is on that glossy paper. I like it. Okay, let's get it right side up. Put that right up here, like so. Like it? All right, so this will go in here. Gotta make sure I get it under the lip. There we go. So now we have another journal page. We can add some more stuff on here, but I think it's enough for now. All right, so then this will wrap around here. Look, we have a theme going on. We keep using dragonflies, don't we? So that'll, and there's a dragonfly there. I am not obsessed with dragonflies, not in the least. So I already have this one made, and I'm thinking maybe if I put this one here, I think that would look good. I have, I just kind of grab some papers sometimes just to see what I think will work in my journal. And I think I want, let's see, I've got this page. Do I want those together, or instead, I've got a piece of sheet music here. So when we flip this over, we've got this page. I think what we could do is layer just a couple of pieces on here for some writing space. What do you think? Yes? No? Maybe? Thanks for hanging out with me today. I greatly appreciate y'all. I hope you're enjoying this. Let's see here. I have a couple of envelopes that I made a while back. I just stuck some things in it that I thought we could use for cards. So what if we were to put maybe right in the middle? Do we want to put it right in the middle? And then I could just cover this. This was just a clothing tag. And we could decorate that portion. And let me look here. I'm thinking maybe a couple of these. Those little Dollar Tree tear-off notepads. I've got a whole little box that I put them in, so they're easier to find. You know what? I have these. I haven't used them much, so let's use those too. I'm sorry, Hercules. I didn't know you were trying to leave, buddy. I just kicked you. I'm sorry. You want to say hello? Say hello. There's Hercules. What are you doing? You sniffing the glue? Don't be sniffing the glue. Come here. I think he's halfway asleep. Hi, buddy. How are you, old man? Hi. He'll be 15 in August. He needs a haircut and a bath. All right, let's put you back down. Okay. You know, I have this piece left over. And I have another one. So let's use some of the scraps. I also have some texture paper that I haven't used. I don't know. We'll figure something out here. Okay. So I'm going to set this aside. And I've got this piece. I've got this piece. I think I'm gonna start with the inside because I haven't decided what I want to do with the tags. But if we were to put maybe down here, and I think this is the right side. I could cut a piece of this. Kind of just finding the halfway point and cutting it. Welcome back! Why do you keep running away, Julie? So maybe if I put this here and put this one over here, just kind of gives us some little layers. We still see the music in the background. All right, I think I'm going to use some Distress inks and go around all those pieces. And maybe we'll do some stamping on this piece. Creating some writing space. Oh, you have one more load to hang outside. Okay, gotcha. I haven't hung clothing outside since before 97, when we lived in our old house in Oklahoma City. That had a clothesline. We don't have a clothesline at this yard. This thing called laundry. All right. Adding some distress. You're supposed to just leave it and it dries, right? I don't think Julie has a dryer. Is that correct, Julie? You don't have a dryer? You use the clothesline outside? Yep, get a dryer and then put it in there. Oh, dear. Okay. So, let's get a stamp. And, oh, I know. I've got this little bitty flower stamp. Do I want that one? Let's do this one. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll get my little acrylic block and my archival ink. All right. Just going around the edge and just stamping it randomly. All right. I like it. That's quick. Are you mad at me? You went over there. What's up, Hercules? What are you doing? Huh? What are you doing, old man? All right, let's come back over here. So I think what I want to do is layer these pieces. I don't always see the fold line, and I like to kind of know where that center mark is so I don't glue things incorrectly. So I'm going to glue these kind of down at the bottom here. Birds aim for clothes on the dry line. Yes, they do. Oh, dear. I have allergies so bad, I don't know that I could survive if I left my clothes out to dry, because the next door neighbor, for example, right now, their Bradford pear tree is blooming, and I just walked out the back door, and their tree is clear on the other side of my property, way over on the other side. And I went outside earlier, and at my back door, way on this side, there were petals everywhere. It's like, ah, so annoying. Oh yeah, especially the sheets and the pillows. Yeah, no fun. Golly. All right, let's put this right here. Okay, and then we'll put this kind of over just a little bit. And then we'll glue this one. I think there's a right side and a wrong side. I think that says T. So I'm going to put it this way. And then that'll have a little spot right there. Okay, that'll work. Now I'm not putting that much glue on there. It may look like a lot, but I'm just barely letting that glue touch the paper. Giving us some cottonwood really messes you up. Well, see, and we have on that side, they have probably 7 or 8 really big cottonwood trees. So that'll be next. They're cottonwood trees. There's 2 of them that overhang our property. So we'll end up with all the little dangly bits that fall in our yard. And I'll sweep them all up. One year I took a picture and I sent it to my neighbor. I said, you need to come get this. This is yours. Once the cottonwood fluff is done, we like the trees because they give us shade, but having to deal with the cleanup of the cottonwood and all of that is a mess. Kind of like this, just adding the different little soft layers to it. There's also, you know, if you have scrapbook paper, you don't have to use a whole sheet. You can cut it up and end up covering more areas in your journal. So if you're limited on your decorative papers, cut them up. Okay, I like that. And then I saw, did I stick them in here? I know I have a few little flowers. I don't know if I want to do purple on there. Let's see what we've got in here. I've got these. Ooh, that's kind of pretty. But I also have this color. So what do you think? The blue? What else? Oh, I got these. I've got two of these. I think that looks good. Kind of pulls it all together. Jane? Oh, jasmine. I want a jasmine. I want a jasmine and a gardenia, but they don't like our winters, so I'd have to bring it in. So I want to get a greenhouse put together. All right, let's glue these down. I think that'll be good there. The kind of Oz plants that we don't have here. You know, from the Wizard of Oz, right? All right, let's put that right here. I'll put an acrylic block over that for a second. I like it. All right, so let's put it going that way maybe? Yeah. And then let's find some words. What do we want to use this time? My thoughts linger here. And always dream big. How's that? I need to stamp some more. I've got empty spots. Oh my goodness. Hey Jennifer, you want to come over and we'll have a stamping session? Hey, you got your room put together yet? Some flowers I don't have a problem with. Cottonwood, cedar, and the Bradford pear trees are the things that I have problems with. You wonder if there is a Jamie plant. Uh-oh, the rabbit hole. I have a Jane magnolia, which puts off a pretty pink bloom. Okay, that looks good. Let's glue this down. I like it. All right, let's pull this over. And what do we want to put over here, right? The only thing you're allergic to is work. Oh, yeah, the cedars are horrible. I can't do cedars. My neighbor on the north many, many, many years ago, before they moved, they had a cedar tree that was between our properties. It actually was right on our property line, and it was ugly. It wasn't very pretty, but every time it would do its thing, I was all stopped up. So we finally said one day, hey, you know, look, your tree is really misshapen because these two trees are too close together. Do you mind if we cut it down? He's like, yeah, go ahead, be my guest. So we cut it down. All right, I'm trying to decide if I just want to put these right in the middle, and then we'll put something inside here. I've got, I don't know, I may put them down lower. I've got a couple of different tags. So if we put it just a little bit lower, they don't stick out too much at the top. I think that's what we're going to do. I was going to make other tags, but I have these, so let's just use them so we can move on with our life. I think I want to put something inside here, though. I'm looking in my scrap bin to see if I have something that I feel would look good in that upper portion. That's cardstock. I don't really want to use cardstock. And I think I want something with color. And of course, right now, everything I'm finding is plain. Plain Jane. This might be big enough to put right into that. I think it would. Okay, let's use that. I think I can get away with kind of sticking this under. And gluing that down. Maybe I'll cut this as a square. Let's see what I can do here. So that is roughly 2.5 inches. So if I make a 2.5 inch, right? Because that should be right where this is. Yeah, 2.5 inches. So if I did 2.5 inches, and let's see if this fits down in here. If I need to cut it more. Okay, let's cut it this way at 2.5 inches. And now that should fit right inside there. Did I do it wrong? Let's do it this way. Let's put this one over here. I guess I need to do it a little bit bigger than 2.5 inches. So I'm going to cut off just a smidge. Like so. Now let's see if that fits better. Like so. I think I can hand trim it if I need to, but I think that'll work. It would have been smarter had I done it before I had glued the envelope shut, right? It's usually what happens. Okay, so this was 2.5. I'm going to cut it just a little bit bigger than 2.5. Like so. All right. What'd I miss? Get rid of these pieces. Little scrappy scraps. Okay, so this piece will go right inside here. Cool. All right, so I'm going to glue this down. So I'm just going to put a little glue on here. And then feed it around. Yeah, no one knows each other these days in the neighborhoods. I mean, I know my neighbors now because I talk to them. We've got renters across the street, and when they moved in, they really didn't start off on the right foot. But the kids are finally, I can wave and they'll wave back. Okay, I think that'll look good. Yes! Okay, let's do this one. These were gel prints that I made on book pages. So, you know, even though it may not have been the prettiest as a whole piece, when you use a little snippet of it, it looks really cool. Yeah, they're not very neighborly now. I'm pushing that down inside. I like it. All right, let's glue these down. So I just want them down far enough that my tag doesn't stick out the page. And, you know, just in case, I'll glue it as a pocket. That way, if something wants to be put behind it, well, we have the space to do that. Because it's a gel print made with acrylic paint, I'm using the Fabri-Tac glue. So now we can decorate our little envelope, right? So I think right about there. I could have stenciled the background, but I don't know. Sometimes it's okay to leave it a little bit plain. What I might do is grab my Distress inks and go around the edge real fast. I need to coffee dye some more papers, some more sheet music. And there was some other paper that I found that I wanted to try, see what it looked like. All right, let's add some Distress inks around the edges here. And then I'll look to see what kind of embellishment we can put on top. Yeah, see, I could only live in an apartment if it was a non-smoking apartment, meaning the whole facility was non-smoking, because I cannot handle cigarette smoke of any kind of smoking. Okay, like it. So this will go in here, and this one will go in here. I did two different tags, but in the purple realm. And what do we have here? Maybe we've got something that... Oh, I have these, so maybe I'll put that one here. It's more my watercolor little elements that I made. I'm using them. I'm using them. Let's see what else we have here that we may want to use. How about memories? I don't know. No. Oh, I know. Maybe some of the smaller colorful labels. Let's get those. They were here. So maybe if we were to put... I've got this pink. And we could stamp on those. I think that would look good. Okay. Yeah, sometimes renters, I don't understand it because they have no respect for anybody. They only care about them and what makes them happy. So it's sad. I'm kind of disappointed in our neighbors that rent the house, but there's nothing I can do about it. All right, I'm going to get my word stamp out, and let's stamp those words. What words do we want to use this time? I'm looking through all my stamps real fast to see if there's one in particular that stands out. I don't see anything there that I have to have. So let's go to this one. I have to look at my stamps to decide what I want to use. How many of you are like that? That you kind of have to go through them. We've got believe, love, hope, faith, create, beauty, happy, joy. So let's use something out of those. I feel like I need to make more single word, or not phrases, but single word stamps. Okay, so let's do believe on one. And we got butterflies. right, so I need my this ink. Uh-oh, that's not good. All right, let's put believe. So we got believe. And then we'll do something different on the other one. How about beauty? I like it. Like so. I don't feel like we did as much today, but at the same time, I'm okay with that. We got something done, right? Trying to put things away as I go. All right, so we need to distress those, and then we'll attach it. Hercules, what you doing back there? Huh? Henry should be home soon, I would think. Okay. I don't believe that we need another tuck spot, so I'm going to glue this completely down. I think I may also grab some fabric here. See what we have. I got a little piece of lace. I think that would be pretty. So let's get my fabric scissors. And then we'll do one over here. There we go. I'm using my scrappy bits. I bought this at the dollar store for $1.25 because it's Dollar Tree, and I didn't do anything with it for a while, and then I was starting to find little scraps of fabric that I didn't have a specific place for, and I just started shoving them in here, and I kind of like this idea because I'm using them. All right, let's glue this down. Since I got my glue gun out, it'll help that lace stay in place. Okay, and we'll glue the word believe and the word beauty down. The black one, Raja tries to choose the string that holds them together. Oh my gosh. That's not good. Say, hey there, Wally. You stop that right now, buddy. You hear me, Wally? We'll go find another wall for you. We should have kittens again soon. The feral cats in the neighborhood are out and about. I think I'm going to use hot glue on this one, just so it sticks down. Okay. And we'll do it on this one. Why not? I'm using all the glues today. Still have cats? The cat distribution system strikes again. Oh, it chewed a purse strap. Oh my goodness. And I like it. So that was this side, and that was this side. I like how that came together. Very good, very good. All right, so then I may switch this around. Do I want this in the middle? I think I want this one here. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think we need at least one more, something or another. I have this page that we could put in the middle. Oh, and then I have, this was just a piece of scrapbook paper that I glued one of Norella's digital images onto a book page, stitched it, and then I glued the whole thing down. This is just scrapbook paper again. So what we could do is we put it in the center. We could decorate the inside of that and then stitch this together as one signature. So let me decorate this one. Let's get a stencil out. Okay, so how about this one? This is the Retro Panel 4 stencil. Yeah, that'll work. And I want my gloves because it gets messy. Okay. I guess if y'all are into it, we'll work on this journal again next week. You like that idea? Okay, what color? This has got that picked raspberry, I think. That's the purple. Is that the picked raspberry there? Seedless, oh, seedless preserve. That's what it is. Seedless preserve. It's kind of a pinkish purple. Okay. Makes it have a little pattern, but you can still write over it. Sounds good. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you for your coupon code. I'll get that sent out to you a little bit, probably tomorrow. By the way, I have a coupon code. If you order $20 or more, you get 20% off. You cannot stack coupon codes. You have to use one or the other. So if you've been looking at stuff in my shop and need a nudge, I've got a 20% off coupon code. It's good through March the 31st. It is 2024 spring. We come here to, oh, well, thank you, Ada. That's so sweet of you to say. All right, so I like that. And I want to put something else in here. So let's stamp on it. I think I haven't used that one today. That's the Henna Rose. It's one of my favorites. I know, I use it a lot. I try not to use it today. I just like adding a little bit of texture around the edges. And I'm barely inking it, and I'm not pressing it very hard, so it's not a strong print. But it's something. Does that make sense? It's just barely on there. And let's see, maybe let's look at Norella's digitals. I have these little butterflies. Ooh, this pretty teal is kind of pretty. Maybe I like that one or that one. Let's see what else we got here. It's a different teal. Let's do something with those. Yeah, let's do those. And, oh, I haven't done it, so let's do it today. Guess what I have? I have a doily. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to spray this. Let's spray it. Do we want to make it teal color? Let's see what I have here. I've kind of got a bluish teal. I have some greens, it looks like. This one's almost empty, so we'll try it. If it's not enough, I'll grab some more here. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to lay that in the middle. Let's see if this is enough. It's not teal, it's more blue. So I've got, that was from the Music Botanical called Dynamics. And then this is from the Planetary Wonderlust kit, which I still have some of those. And they're included with the coupon. So if you haven't picked up some of my subscription boxes, if I still have some, you can get them for 20% off. You like the doilies? There's a doily! There's your doily. Alright, so we're just drying it with my heat tool. I'm going to flip it over. Dry, dry, dry. Okay. This way. Distressing. Alright, so I think what I want to do is I'm going to fold this in half. Yeah. And we're going to add some distress inks. Might as well do the whole thing. That way it's done. Go ahead and go down the center here. And then what I want to do is cut this in half. So get my scissors out. Set that aside. And then I'm going to take this piece and fold it in half. Go ahead and add some distress inks. Cut it in half again. Okay, touch it up. Then I'm going to get my little bitty glue and we're going to put that in the corner. Oh, it's flying! And then we'll put our little butterfly above it. How's that? It crinkles! Alright, so let's see if I can get glue to come out of this. Yep. So this is just Aleene's tacky glue with a fine point needle glue bottle. It's a one that you can get at Hobby Lobby. So it's just barely putting any glue on there. And then I'm going to line that up in the corner and press that into place. I'll put this on top of it. You like that? And because I cut it up, I can use the other half somewhere else. I'm just going to leave a little bit of a border. Okay, I'm going to do this side. The butterflies are from Calico Collage. It's, I think if you just do butterflies on her website or on her Etsy, you'll see those. I have a few more things that I've printed, but I need to sit down and fussy cut them all out. You like that? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, then we'll put this one right here. Like it. Close it up. All right, so now I didn't put anything on this side. I think it'll be fine. Let's see if we like the way this looks. Go like this, go like that. I haven't put anything on this page yet. It's already 6 o'clock, so we can kind of get out of here, I think. But I think you got the idea what that looks like. So I'm going to center this. All right, let's flip that over. So we made the, I already had the paper, but I turned it into an envelope, and then we made the altar paper clip with the dangles on it. Yo, if y'all haven't entered the raffle, please do that. And then over here, I made a journal card out of a mailer, a gardening advertisement, trying to get me to buy some bulbs. And then flip. This was a gel print. Use the funky little boxes here. This was something I made a while back. So this is the corner roses, and I stamped the corner roses on top of those little tear-off notepads. Okay. I'm ready to eat dinner. Yeah. Yeah, glitching, glitching, glitching. Always dream big. And then flip this over. And this was my leaves and curls, I think is what that's called. And then this is one of Beeline Designs rubber stamps, I think. And then here I had a gel print pocket. And we added some stamping to it. This was my daisy, sketched daisy, I think is what it's called, and then leaves. And then this is the little daisy. I haven't put anything on this one yet, so we'll come back and we'll finish that next week. And then this will go here. And flip this over. I'll have to look to see what I feel, because I feel like this really goes well together, color-wise. And then we go over to this side. So that is going to go. I put my journal away. Whoop, almost lost it. Don't fall apart on me now. So where was that? Was that... I think that was... No, not there. Not there. Where's the one that doesn't have any papers? Oh, here it is. So that'll go right here. And I still, oh, this is a pocket over here. Oh, I just saw a journal card I can put in there. This is one of Norella's images, and that will fit right in there. Oh, and it even sticks out just enough. Cool. And then I can put something on top of here. I've got an idea of something I want to try. And then this is where I had showed y'all how to attach a whole bunch of different papers and make one large pocket. And then I made smaller pockets to go on top. And then this large pocket has a journaling card inside of it. And my thoughts were I would put it on what would be essentially the back cover. And then this will flip over, and then I need to decorate this side, and then I need to finish the other side of the journal. Does that make sense? So that's where we are. We did quite a bit today. I hope you enjoyed what we did. So yeah, I know it. It's going to be humongous. Look at this. We've added to it again. So when I started, it was at 3 inches, and now it's at 3.5 inches on there with the little things sticking out this way. Oh, look, you can see the little charms. We may have to add some more charms to some of the other pages, right? Go back through it. It's getting so chunky. Yeah, my hair is growing. It's growing. It's getting long. Every time I go, she says, you want to trim? You want to cut? I said, I just trim it. You love it? Okay, well, let's pick a winner of the 200 junk bucks. Thank you all for being here. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. And the winner is da-da-da-da. Ada! Ada, you'll get some junk bucks added to your account. Thank you so much, everyone, for... Yes, I'm going to tie it together. I'll show you. I got to fix these stamps. So I made a different one a while back, and it is tied shut. And so what I did was, let me flip this over. Before I glued this element down, I glued the fabric behind it. So this is the other side, and then this wraps around and ties it shut. So that's how it's going to, I don't know what I'm going to do as far as the decoration on this side, because that's what I did on this one. But I haven't decided what I want to put on there yet, but that's what I'm going to do. Okay? You're very welcome. Alrighty, so we're going to continue on next week. We'll keep making things for this journal. It's getting chunky. I'll try to do a few things behind the scenes to get it ready a little bit more because I'm ready to finish. I'm ready to do something else. I want to make a mixed media junk journal in that it's more of an art journal than just junk journaling. So that's something that I'm thinking about doing. I've been saving some paper grocery sacks so that I could use those. Maybe apply some gesso to them and then collage and whatnot on top of it. So that's something we're going to do. Alrighty, we're going to get off here. Y'all have an amazing week. Do something fun. Do something creative. Be kind. Do something with a little bit of kindness out there because there's so many people that are hurting right now. And you never know. Just a small gesture of kindness may make a big difference in somebody else's world. And use some of my ideas that I shared with you today, and I'd love for you to share it with me. You can tag me here on YouTube, you could tag me on Instagram, you could tag me on Facebook, and I would love to see what you have been creating. Alrighty, y'all have an amazing day. Lots of love to each and every one of y'all. Take care, everybody. Bye.